Hi everybody, it's Carolyn. I am here to do the August energy update. And yes, we are outdoors. I am in one of our parks where I live. That is the Iowa River behind me. And I'm outdoors on a 96-degree day in Iowa. What was I thinking? Anyway, I wanted to do something different. And you know what? I kind of like this weather. I don't like sleeping in this weather this way. That's why I like my air conditioning. But I actually do like this weather, interestingly. So needless to say, I decided to bring you guys outside too. I'm going to probably flip this around at some point. I don't know though, because I use my hands a lot to describe things, so we'll see. But thank you so much for joining me for the August energy update. There's some information that came through in the last couple days, and I keep seeing this, and I know we're going to talk about it more and what it actually means. They keep showing me a lion with its mouth open and all this just big mouth open and this deep cavern in it. Just kind of dark, deep cavern. And what they said is swallow you whole. Swallow you whole. I just kind of stopped there and I knew that would come back up. Again, this is all about the energies that we're going to be approaching here shortly, and we'll see what that all means. But needless to say, thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Carolyn Zaiser. I offer channeled messages through the Light Keepers, who are a group of angelic beings, and also I channel regularly through my other videos with Jennifer and on my own, just channeling basically through the Light Keepers information for you for your awakening and your ascension journey. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, you can check out the link below in the description box. It actually takes you to a video on flow and how to create that in your body for health and wellness. And then it takes you over, most importantly, to my email list, where regularly every Friday I send you a poetic message from the Light Keepers to support you in your awakening and ascension and life journey for the coming week. So I don't do a lot of promotional stuff. I just give you a message each week. So if you want some more support and free content, head on over there. So with that today, let's see, what else do I want to tell you before we get going? I guess what I want to do first, before we really talk about the energies coming up here, I want to talk about, because I always kind of go back in time and move us forward to present day. I'm going to tell you right now, this wave that they talked about from basically the eclipse through what we have is summer in the northern hemisphere, winter in the southern, what did I say? Summer in the northern hemisphere, winter in the southern hemisphere now through August. They were talking, we're on this wave, okay, this wave of energy. They kept showing this, and the wave didn't end. Just kind of where you are on the wave, right? Where are you on the wave? And that's your journey. That's this energetic journey. So a lot of us during these past months with the eclipses, with the moons that have been super powerful, with our solstice that came in, we've had this opportunity to get on top of this wave and really ride it. But it all has to do with where we're at in our journey with respect to, they just said turning a blind eye. Have we turned a blind eye to work that we know we needed to do? Because a lot of us will do that. We will just kind of go, no, I don't want to deal with this, particularly if we're new to this. And we can have a tendency not to understand. Now, remember, everybody's going through this. It doesn't mean that just those who are consciously aware and awakening, aware of their awakening, are going through this. It's everyone. And so those of us who are consciously aware, honestly, it can be an easier time of this journey because we know what we need to do. We know what we need to work on. It doesn't mean the work's any easier. Sorry, I'm flipping the phone around. I'm trying to use something different here. We'll see if it works. Anyway, it doesn't mean that others aren't going through the same thing. It's just, are we consciously aware of it? And when we are consciously aware of our awakening, we've chosen to wake up consciously, we actually have more, I'll just say, what's conscious input. So during these energies that we've had come in over the course of these months, I'm sorry for the jiggly, we'll figure this out, but the message is most important. Over these months with these energies that have come in, we have continued to go like this. And now we're on this wave through August. And I know a lot of you guys feel this. And I'm going to give you my example of what's happened with me since this last full moon. Oh my gosh, I think in one of the videos I had mentioned, it would be the full moon for July, I had mentioned how before the full moon, it was awful for me. It was so emotional. It was just like, I've never felt a full moon like this before. And I really didn't know how to describe what was actually happening to me. And so what I did was I always go out and make my intentions for the full moon, which I did. And I expressed to the full moon to assist me forward in what I was dealing with. And I'm going to tell you, literally the next day, I had the most profound shift and change when I literally put my foot on the floor. This is kind of how it works for me. Literally the next day after a full moon, I will notice a difference. And that's what's happened. And now this is probably the most profound energy that I have noticed for myself and has sustained itself for 2 weeks. I have overcome so much of what I was dealing with as far as transcending some things that we're all working through our own stuff. But oh my gosh, I am so comfortable now. I feel so good in myself. All of that emotion, all of that heavy stuff that I was holding in me, it was, it all shows up differently for each person, right? Depending on what it is we're dealing with. But mine was more, how do I want to say this? Releasing a mindset, I guess is what I will say. Releasing a mindset that had stuck with me for literally 2 years, and was just at the foundation of my being. And I'm not kidding you. It's like lifted so much, so dramatically so, and it's stuck over these 2 weeks. And I know I'm on a different plane, a different plateau, like a different level. I'm riding that wave, right? I'm riding that wave because I intentionally asked for this to happen. I had identified what I knew I needed to work on. As we really do this inner work, we start realizing these pieces of things that still are there for us to transcend, to work on, to clear, to adjust our behaviors, to spend more time on ourselves, all of that. So what we've done up to this point is we've either chosen, honestly, to ride the wave, be on top of that wave, or kind of get engulfed in it. I know very specifically some people who like literally got a hand up on the solstice, like at the last minute, a hand up on top of that wave. And you could see it. Now they didn't understand it, right? But these are people in my sphere of, I just say influence or existence. But the hand up was literally like this at the solstice. And then they joined us on the wave. They're kind of getting splished and splashed with water. But again, you can use the metaphor of the very, very big wave that's going on through August. At least that's what we've got right now presently, that I've seen. And where are you on that wave? Where are you on that wave? And now that doesn't mean we're always riding that wave so well, but it's a huge wave of energy where if you've been doing this work, not turning a blind eye, they keep talking about blind eye. If you've not turned a blind eye to the things you need to do and deal with, and decisions that are for your higher good, even though they might be difficult, all those things, you're going to be riding that wave. But some of us get sucked under, and it doesn't mean we don't have more chances. We can come out, we can get spit out at the other end, but we're going to talk about what August is going to bring, because we're still on this wave. But this energy is going to be different and unique, is what I'm receiving. So with that, I guess we're just going to go ahead and you're not going to see scenery because I have a feeling I'm going to use my hands possibly, and I don't want to have to switch back in the middle of that for you guys. So, and of course that avoids me having to do more editing. Okay, so with that, that's where we are. We're on this wave. But I just heard the word accentuate. Oh, it will be accentuated. This is why the lion's mouth is seen open. Open, open, open. Swallow you whole. Swallow you whole. Are you doing your work? Are you seeing yourself? Are you seeing your true self? Are you seeing who you want to be and who you truly are, and are you becoming that? Oh, okay. So they're talking about being swallowed whole, that this energy in August, which honestly the reason we're seeing the lion is Lionsgate on August 8th, but it's not just a point in time energy, it's energy that extends before and after quite a long period of time, actually. Oh, they just said it's the new wave. Okay, what does that mean? It's the new wave. They said you're on the wave. It's the new wave. Accentuated. They just said brought into the fold. Okay, now I have people here. Okay. Brought into the fold. All will be brought into the fold. Will you be swallowed whole through the energy of the divine? Oh, spit out at another time. Or will you stay strong and true to the best of who you are? Or will you relinquish that too, in the sense of letting others take you away? But instead, no. You know which way you go, and the Lionsgate will swallow you whole. Okay, so wait, this is first thing I thought when this came in. I thought, oh, this isn't going to be good. This is going to sound kind of scary. Lion's mouth, lion's going to swallow you whole. It's good. It's actually all good. Okay, going to swallow you whole. Okay, so what I'm getting here, I'm getting this visual of Lionsgate. I'm getting the lion facing us. It's got its mouth open and it's over here and it's facing us. Swallow you whole. Okay, because Lionsgate's energy is extremely powerful. Okay, it's talking about bringing you into your own. Okay, bringing you into your own. Okay, they're showing like a tunnel. Okay, this sounds very strange. As the Lionsgate energy swallows us whole, it's taking us through a tunnel. A tunnel that spits us out at the other end. This is through August. Through August. Okay, this is the August energy. We're in a tunnel. They said it's like a black hole. Which way will you go? Black hole. And they always show me, when they talk about black holes, this is real interesting. They show it like in and out. Like the black hole brings in, but it spits out. I have no idea about black holes in general. There's something about the energy that is reverse. It brings it in and pushes it back out. I don't know if that's actually literal. There's something that we don't understand about black holes that they're talking about. But anyway, so it's, okay, we're getting pulled into a black tunnel, but it's not a scary black tunnel. It's a tunnel of energy that, okay, they just said is transformative. I forget what the other word was that they used earlier. It's transformative energy. Oh, it says, what they're saying is it takes, Lionsgate is taking what you have, like what you have already done, where you already are, and it's like a transition, it's like a portal. Okay, I'm really trying to explain what I'm seeing here. It's like a portal from this point, and it shoots you through. Okay, it's like a, okay, they just said a gateway. Oh, it's called Lionsgate, duh. But anyway, okay, so it's like going down a water slide is what now they're showing, okay? Is we're here, we're on this wave, okay, but then we come into this water slide kind of idea, this tube, and we get sucked in, and we're on a, oh, they just said a ride of your life. So there's something about the idea that where we are right now, it will accentuate things, and this means in our individual journey, but we're going to see it in the collective too. We'll try to talk about what that actually means in our individual journeys where we are. Okay, it says it's making us whole. It's almost like taking where you are now. Oh my God. Whew. And the tunnel is through August is what I'm getting. The tunnel, because I think Lionsgate, again, I'm not that familiar with it, but Lionsgate energy spreads out over a period of time. Is that accurate? Oh, they just said absolutely. Okay. So what's happening is we're going through this tunnel. Oh, they just said centrifugal force. All right. So here's, spinning up, they said. Okay, so here's the story. Here's what I'm getting now. And this is how this works. Lots of times I get words and then we put the story together. So where we are now, the work we've done, this energy that has unfolded, the decisions we've made, the knowing what's for our higher good, changes we've made in our journey these past few months, this energy bubble sense of eclipse, what happens now is we, at the level we're at, we will be taken, and they just said spun up. Okay, this is the centrifugal force. So it's doing this kind of thing very fast as we're going through the tunnel, and it's spitting out old energy. This is such a elaborate visual they're giving me. Spitting out the other old energy, centrifugal force. There's so much energy around this. And you're being spun up with more of what you have brought in for yourself over these past few months. And it's like it's spitting out old residue. It's like, like a centrifugal force in the sense, I think we used this in another video, centrifugal force in the sense of like if you're like a washing machine, you know how it's on spin cycle and it sucks out the water. This is what this is doing for us. What I'm getting is they just said pulling apart. So we're pulling apart. Pulling apart, what does that mean? Okay, riding high on the wave of time. The centrifugal force will unbind you. Oh, it's like a cleaning. It's like we're going through the Lionsgate tunnel, swallowing you whole. Okay, everybody's going through it. Swallow you whole, but it's going to depend on where you've been. All right, and what your experience is going to be. So, okay, if we have, let's just say people have turned a complete blind eye to their awakening journey and they're continuing to live in, and you know how the ego can be, continuing to live in ways that don't serve them, and they know it or they don't fully know it, but a lot of people kind of, there's that sense of knowing, but they've not done anything. Oh my God, Lionsgate is not gonna, it's not gonna be light on them. It's not gonna be light, and it's gonna make people aware is what I'm getting. I'm not getting much past August, so we're not gonna worry about that for right now. Maybe we'll get that at the end. So we're getting pulled into the Lionsgate. We're getting pulled into the mouth of the lion from that wave that we're on, from the work we've done, and depending on where we are, it's gonna either treat us nicely, kind of like all energies do, but this is really powerful, but nicely in the sense it's going to enhance what we've already done, right? Because we got to come to the party in this journey. We got to come to the party in this journey. And that's why actually deciding to wake up and being aware, comes with its own struggles, right? Just being aware of all this and not being blind, or not even being able to even try to be blind anymore, right? But it's really it can be really difficult when you don't know what's going on with yourself and not understanding that this is the time to start making proper choices for ourselves, things that serve us rather than things that haven't served us for so long that we've been doing. So that's going to depend on your experience as you go through this next month. And so what I'm very much receiving is that your experience is going to depend on, and it's very much a pulling apart energy. So it's a pulling apart energy. A pulling apart energy. Okay, I just got the words, separates the haves from the have-nots, and I'm talking in the spiritual journey, and it's going to make people do their work. Oh my gosh. Or it's going to accentuate what you're already doing and lift you up and help you further, because you're making the right choices for yourself, right? If we're turning a blind eye, like they said earlier, what's going to happen is they just said tumultuous, and I'm seeing tumbling around, whereas this centrifugal force they're talking about, you can be spun out of Lionsgate in August in a smooth fashion, even though they're showing it as a centrifugal force thing. It's pulling out the little bits and pieces, but when you're tumbling around in there, it's not pretty. So I am getting, I think we're going to see, so keep this in mind. Because remember, light workers, we're here to assist others in whatever way that means. It doesn't mean giving yourself away. It doesn't mean sacrificing your own journey. It means assisting others where it might make sense, but having your boundaries and having, you have your own journey to deal with too, which is, have to put yourself first in these circumstances. You just do. Okay. In the sense of whose journey do you spend time on, right? If you're not helping yourself through this awakening journey and you sacrifice yourself and help others, then you're not doing anybody any good. My point is I am getting that we may see some more extreme circumstances happening with individuals, like their bubble's going to pop, their bubble's going to burst. Like if you know somebody that is dealing with on the fence of making a choice, a difficult or important life choice that may change the trajectory of their life, they can't. You may see this pop for them, and it may be difficult. They may need support. So just kind of keep your ears to the ground. But again, keep your eyes, like a friend of mine says, on your own paper, because you can't control other people's journeys, but we can be there for people that need us. So I'm really getting a stretching thin, they just said. Okay, so what does that mean in the collective? Well, I never like to be a Debbie Downer because I'm a half glass full person. But the stretching thin, we know this, that we're going to just keep seeing those who get stretched thin. And I just heard to the breaking point, because these energies are pretty strong. And so just be aware of that, in the collective, and I'm talking worldwide collective. I'm getting the words extreme behavior, a lot of extreme behavior. And we're already seeing that, I know, but just keep that in mind. This is a continuation of what we've been seeing, but God, it really feels like August is, I just heard a defining moment, defining time. Okay, we keep getting pulled, we keep getting stretched, we keep getting asked to move higher, move more into what is our, what serves us, and to release what no longer serves us. And, a lot of people haven't done any of that work, right? A lot of people have turned a blind eye. However, what I will say is in 2020, since COVID started, and it all has to do with COVID, so much got shaken. People made different decisions, started to wake up. I even know people who woke up because of COVID. I mean, literally because of COVID. A friend getting it, a family member, them getting it. But what it did is it rocked the foundation of everything, and that was exactly what was meant to happen. But so many more people have started to wake up since then, and a lot, like I said previously, have really moved at warp speed. So with more people waking up, we also have the others, this is because of the energies, we have others who they're not awake at all, and the ego self is, and honestly the lower energies are pulling them. I just heard to act out of a space that's damaging to them, or as we know can be damaging to the rest of humankind. So anyway, I just want you to be aware that we're getting pulled more and more, so that what they're doing is they're showing that bridge. Sorry about that. So as a collective, I keep hearing the word spun out. So we go through this Lionsgate, the mouth of the lion. We're going through this tunnel through August. We're getting spun out. I just really want to know what that looks like. Well, I guess we talked a little bit about that. I just heard cleaned up. Okay, so they're trying to help me understand this better, because this one's a complex one. Cleaned up. Okay, so, shiny and new. This is why they gave the washing machine analogy. Okay, so shiny and new. Like after August, as you come out, you're going to have, again, remember, this is all reaching different levels of consciousness, different levels, different frequencies, moving up in vibration. So, it'll then manifest into our daily life, right? But what we have here is now this opportunity to come out. They just said squeaky and brand new. and clean. That's why they showed them, so that you go through, again, as I say, the Lionsgate, you go through this tunnel, but then they turn it into like a centrifugal force thing, like a washing machine, and you come out squeaky clean in the sense with your frequency and your vibration, and you're going to keep doing your work. You're going to keep doing the work that you need to do, but you're going to keep noticing these differences. And then what we've got, I know what I was saying with this bridge between the old earth and the new earth, it is getting thinner and thinner. We're always still connected, remember that. I'm not going to go through that again, but remember, it's not a literal old earth, new earth kind of thing, and we're jumping off to a new earth. It's vibrational, it's frequency, and what we're seeing is stretched thin because others are needing to be pulled over. We're pulling them with us, right? And so this is all about moving higher and higher in frequency, moving higher and higher in vibration. And so what is happening is they keep saying stretched thin, which is why we see the difficulty in the collective, okay? All these things happening. And you can name dozens and dozens of them. I'm not going to go into that kind of energy and start listing out what those have been, but we're seeing it everywhere. It's getting very stretched thin. They're very, wow, they're really showing, this bridge is very thin. It's why we're seeing I just heard the acting out. Now what we're doing though, remember this, when we're getting pulled, I can't use two hands, I'm holding the stick with one. Okay, so we've got old earth, new earth, and we've got this bridge in between, but the new earth is pulling, stretching that bridge, right? Stretching that bridge. And more are coming across that bridge, but it's thinner and thinner all the time in the sense of the new earth is growing, but we're pulling the others over. So what they're giving me is a visual, and this is very interesting. Eventually, that bridge, what it does is our light, our work, our energy, our vibration, remember it's magnetic, we're pulling them. And you've seen it with people in your family, people who've started to wake up. You have an influence. Your friends, you've seen it in at least one other person, I would almost bet, right? People at work, because it's being around those of us who are awakening that make a difference. So needless to say, the pulling of the light workers, the rest of the collective, what they're showing me, and they've never shown this to me before, but there is this bridge they've shown me, but they're showing it as those coming from the old earth to the new over time. This old earth starts to dissolve. The bridge doesn't break and the old goes that way and the new goes this way, because everybody's coming over here. Okay, now it's not tomorrow, but it's a continuous process, and they keep showing me the thinner bridge between the two, and they're starting to show this dissolving. Okay, anyway, the bigger part of this is that it's dissolving, and I'm starting to see it dissolve. Now, you'll say, well, how does that translate to what I see every single day? Oh, you can see it in pockets. You can start seeing things breaking down. You can start seeing people questioning, more people waking up, more people creating new. Because remember, as I've said before, over and over in many of our videos, we're building the new earth while the old breaks down. Okay, so this just happened while I was talking. God, they're actually closer than this shows. Like they're 5 feet away from me. Scared the living daylights out of me because I had my back to them. Oh, isn't that super cute? Well, you can watch them now. So what we've got is we've got more joining us, and yet what we're going to start seeing is this bridge. This is the extreme part. We just have to keep doing our work. Honestly, I know it sounds like kind of repetitive each month, but this is a process that unfolds gradually. And this process is one that requires patience, it requires consistency, it requires diligence, it requires not giving up. And yes, we have times where we want to give up, and we have frustrations, we have sadness, we have all that, but that's part of this process. And just know our moons, our new moons and our full moons are going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, so will our solar flares. I don't keep track of those really. I keep track of, for whatever reason, the new moon and full moon is for me more powerful. So I give you a lot of my personal experience. But we are being asked to Okay, raise our frequency in a manner that will accentuate everyone around us. And we're going to see that. And I think in many cases, what we're going to find is you're going to see it around you. Now more in pockets too. Like we're going to see the difference. We're going to see the shift and change in many. They just said coming to the other side, like starting their awakening journey. Okay. And I have a feeling it's going to be in people you never would have expected in many ways. And I got to tell you, anybody can wake up. We can sit there and say, oh, well, they're not waking up this time around. Well, guess what? You might just be surprised, because we're all going through this journey. So what I want you to know is collectively, this is going to become, okay, I just heard the words unbalanced, a more unbalanced situation, okay, in August. And when we say that, what we're talking about here is unbalanced in the sense of energies, all right? Old, new earth energies, and how that will actually show up in the collective. Okay, so I came home to edit the video and I lost about 2 minutes. So I'm just going to keep going from where we left off on the part that I lost when I was out in the park doing the August Energy Update. So what we were talking about was seeing this unbalanced energy, ultimately energy in the collective, okay? So what they were showing me, the part that I lost when I was there, was they were really showing me, and I might have said this earlier, but we're going to add to this, is this dissolving of the old earth and this bridge getting thinner and thinner. We've talked about the bridge before, as I mentioned. Old earth, new earth, this bridge. Remember, it's all energetic. This bridge is stretching, stretching, stretching. This is the pull. So the magnetic pull from us, light workers, is, and the energies of, okay, they just said of the cosmos, pulling, 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 stretching thin to the point where, and this is ultimately over time, this bridge, they keep calling it a bridge, gets so thin and old earth dissolves and we all end up in the new earth. Now, this is going to take some time. However, when we talk about time, it really oftentimes feels a little irrelevant because things are also feel like they're really accelerating quickly. So I never speak to when these things are going to happen as far as the big picture goes, but what they're very much showing me, and this is a new visual, is this dissolving of the old earth. Okay, so we're starting that process. And it literally looks like it's just kind of turning to dust. But what it is ultimately, it's not the earth falling apart, turning to dust, literally. It's that it's moving to a new vibration. It's or a new dimension, right? Vibration, dimension, frequency, okay? Because of the work we're doing. And like we said, we're magnetic. We pull the others along with us, which goes back to why we're going to see more and more and more people wake up. But in the process, it's unbalanced energy and we see the extremes. Okay, we're going to see more of the extremes. So what we want to do is stay stable. Stable and balanced within ourselves as light workers. That's key. Okay, now, granted, we have the energies that come and go all the time, full moon, new moon, all that. We have to feel that. We have to go into that. We're talking about over a period of time, like come back into your stability. Know how to manage your process or your energy processes. Know how to manage, like really tuning into your body, being able to know what works for you. Okay, some of these energies are new, so they take a little bit of getting used to. But the point in us staying stable, okay, is worth a force. We're actually kind of that foundation for the rest of the collective. We grow in our light and we pull them along, all right, energetically. Again, they just said, they corrected me, magnetically. So again, always coming back into our stability, always, and for those of us who are new in this journey, like really getting that stable foundation built, which goes to self-care, which goes to how we manage our feelings, our emotions, how we are handling our day-to-day decision making as to what serves us, what doesn't, all of those things that come with the awakening journey. But dealing with those things and then coming back to stability, building that stability of what we know is our foundation so we can keep growing. And then continue to affect the collective. And again, it depends on where you're at in your journey. Is what I'm picking up is the further we go along in this journey, accommodating the energies, doing all the things we've talked about, how to get through the awakening, how to do the awakening, right? I'll just say, I don't know if the word is smoother, but they just said we won't have as rocky a road with accommodating some of these energies that are coming, because most of these are so like new to the human body, at least in our era, that we are having to individually accommodate them as we continue to upgrade and change and shift in vibration and frequency. But what I'm getting is that we will continue to, these steps up, they keep showing these steps up, will we accommodate these energies, right? And then we meet them more easily down the road. So that said, it sounds like we're, it's interesting. It sounds very much like with this going through the tunnel, going through this energy through August, through this full Lionsgate, it's really Lionsgate energy, is going to be, it feels like I said, the centrifugal force kind of thing, the tumbling around potentially, depending on where you're at in your journey, those who are turning a blind eye as such. So I think with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for putting up with me with, being in the park and then, losing 2 minutes of my video. But anyway, I may do more of those. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, thank you so much. And I will remind you of my services, purplerainhealing.com, where I offer all kinds of channeled messages, services, and spiritual awakening guidance. I bring through information for you on your journey forward to assist you in mentoring you further and further along in your awakening journey and your life journey. If you're not sure you're going through awakening, I also assist you through channeled messages of your own and do the same kind of process for you that I would with anybody awakening. It's just how we talk about things. So we're all going through this massive shift and change. I'm here to assist and help you, past, present, future. We deal with all of that, give you an overarching view of how your human journey pairs up with the spiritual understanding of that. I also offer distance energy healing, so you can check that out because it is an important thing for us to take advantage of during these very energetic times. Energetic body, emotional body, physical body. So energetic, spiritual body, emotional body, and physical body. So remember, energy healing for your well-being as well. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me and have a wonderful August.